Who we kidding? Okay. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Hello, Mr. 𝒊𝒎𝒏𝒕. How are you? Hey, TikTok family. Trying to adjust everything here. Y'all can see me okay. All right. And then Facebook and YouTube. Okay. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy new month. Welcome to February. Blessings to you as well. The boys are doing well. The boys are doing well. My boys are doing well. We thank God. Happy new month. Welcome in. I hope you're all ready for our best month of abundance yet. It's the shortest month, usually the shortest month of the year. But now we're in the shortest month of the year. But we are. Hey, Miss LA Sanctuary, are you back? We're declaring that even in spite of it being the shortest month of the year, it's going to be our greatest month of blessings and abundance so far, where God is going to turn impossibilities to possibilities. Hold or no hold, pause or no pause. We're speaking it into existence that all things are going to work together for a good. Things are going to turn around for us this month, February 2026. Our testimonies shall be the greatest. So shall it be. Hello, Mr. McComfrey. How are you? Um, amen. Welcome. If you are just joining us for the first time, let us know what state, what city, what country you're joining from. So we come together every Tuesday and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone, to talk all things immigration, to encourage one another, to share testimonies, to listen. So one of my colleagues and I were talking today, and she also primarily represents people from the countries that are on the travel ban. So, so it just happens. And so we're talking about, what, yes, the truth of the matter is, because of the pause, nothing is being approved, nothing is being adjudicated for clients. The majority of our clients, and I represent people from other countries, but primarily Nigerians, people from Benin, West African countries are my targeted clientele. And she was like, okay, what are we going to do? I was like, listen, I ain't worried, because when it's time for your testimony, when it's time for your story to be complete and fully written by God, there's no pause or hold that's going to change that. So whatever anyone thinks they're doing, that's just by the wayside. God is, listen, there's nothing that is ongoing or going on that God is not aware of. Hello, Finest Shandy. He's aware of everything. It's just a matter of time. It's just waiting, and trying to give them the opportunity to do right. But we shall see the reward of the wicked before our own very eyes. So don't even worry. Whatever it is you feel you're at a standstill, what your case, your renewal has not been approved. You can't work. You're on the verge of being terminated from work because your employer is saying you have to produce your work permit card. Just lay it at the altar of grace, speak it into existence. That the confusion that the enemy thought was going to come your way is going to be them. That the net and the trap that they think they're setting for us, they're going to fall. They will be entangled in their own trap. And speak it into existence, knowing that God is still God who is in control, and things will work together at His own time. It shall not tarry. It's for a vision is yet for an appointed time. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It does not delay. It comes at the right time. So just know that at the right time, God will move things, and you would always see and know and consider altogether that His hand alone has done this. So when things begin to change, it will be very clear that it's the hand of God that is doing that. Welcome in. This is Attorney 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. Our faith cannot be shaken. As my mom would say, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I think what that means is it looks like everything is not working, but it's just a dent. Joy is coming in the morning. So something that's, but it's a proverb, but that's basically what I understand it to mean. It's not the end. But anyway, we thank God. So if we can help you, and don't forget, in spite of the hold, if your country is one of the listed, it doesn't stop you from filing. And I keep telling people, file your case now, because you just don't know what direction. And because there are so many lawsuits, quite a number of my colleagues represent people who are on the 30 from the 39 countries. So there are quite a number of lawsuits pending. And we truly believe that there's going to be a judge somewhere who believes that this is just ridiculous, this is just illegal, and there may be some injunction, but you just never know. What if a court order comes in and says, okay, if your case is pending, then they have to adjudicate it. But if you haven't filed your case, then the pause and hold can apply to those who haven't filed. So do not take the chance of risking and like, you know what, they're not going to approve it anyway. I'm just going to, no, because the thing is, when you file your case, they're still processing your case. Interviews are still being scheduled. Biometrics appointments are still being scheduled. If they need additional evidence from you, they're still sending requests for evidence. So all of that is still being done. It's just the final adjudication, which is approval. And, we're speaking that rather than denial. Approval, that's just what the hold limits for now. And obviously, people want to have an approval, but that's going to change in due season when God decides to turn things around in our favor. So this is a time to keep filing, and just so you don't risk not being part of those who would benefit from that. Anyway, if we can help you with your immigration case, contact our office at 334-341-4475. Visit our website at olalayalawfirm.com. info@olalayalawfirm.com is the email address used. We're open Mondays through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Subscribe, like, follow, share at Olalay Immigration and all our social media platforms, and we'll be glad to represent you. Yes, so shall it be. So shall it be. All right, yes, represent immigration clients in all 50 states. It doesn't matter what state you live in. We can and do represent immigration clients regardless of your state that you live in. All right, what we're talking about tonight. What's the time? All right, let's see. Yeah, we're back. Basketball season is over. Well, it's not over. Well, we didn't make the playoffs, so we're sitting our butts down at home. Finally, I don't know. Joel is probably on too. But let's clarify some things about the hold. So I had a consultation today, and that was one of the things we talked about. She wanted to clarify that. So I was like, you know what? I always say that, I love to talk about topics where if someone has that question, or a couple of people have that question when it comes to consultation, I know someone else is asking. So rather than you have to pay, so it's a win-win. So, someone else had to pay to get that information. Let's just talk about it. So if it applies to you, so you know. And in case it's lawyer 𝐸𝐥𝐿, no, we don't do free consultation. This is free consultation. So that's where you come together on Tuesday or Thursday and ask your questions so you can get those questions answered. All right. Dual citizenship and USCIS hold. That's what we're talking about tonight. Dual citizenship and USCIS hold. What does one have to do with the other? So with let me see if I can pull this up real quick. That policy, immigration resources, USCIS hold. Okay, there we go. Okay. Holds. Okay, allows the case to proceed. All right, and so a couple of things that I want to discuss, so you guys can actually see it yourselves. So whenever I share my screen, you've got to be on Facebook or YouTube, because I haven't figured out to do it on Instagram and TikTok. So y'all are just gonna have to come over. So the current USCIS hold. And for all we can wake up tomorrow and God has turned things around. But for right now, before I came on, let's see. So before I came on, that basically nothing had changed. Okay, USCIS hold. It is applicable to countries that are on the travel ban list. That is different from the countries that are on the immigrant visa freeze list. Now, there are some countries that are on the immigrant visa freeze as well as the travel ban list. So kind of like double whammy. There are some countries that are on the immigrant visa freeze, but the hold with USCIS is not applicable to those to the citizens from those countries. Example would be Jamaica. Jamaica is, because I got quite a number of clients from Jamaica as well. Jamaica is one of the countries on the immigrant visa freeze list, but the Jamaicans are not subject to the USCIS hold because they're not part of the 39 countries that have the travel ban. So if the travel ban is, if the hold is applicable to you because your country is part of the travel ban, however, you now have a citizenship, or you are a citizen of another country that is not on the travel ban list, are you exempt from that hold because of your citizenship of another country? Basically, you've got dual citizenship, and your country of birth or country of nationality is on the travel ban list, one of the 39 countries. However, you've got citizenship of another country that is not on the travel ban list. Say, for instance, an example would be if you were born in Nigeria, right? And you're a citizen of Nigeria, but you acquired citizenship in Germany, for instance. So that means you have dual. Listen, I'm not saying Germany allows dual citizenship. I'm just saying, which I think they do, but I'm just saying this is an example. Example. So you acquire citizenship of Germany. Obviously, I'm Nigerian. Nigeria doesn't care which other country you acquire citizenship of. For you to no longer be a citizen of Nigeria, you literally have to. An example of you renouncing your Nigerian citizenship will be to go into a consulate and say, citizenship. Nigerian. I don't know why anyone would do that, regardless of what's going on in our country, but that's what you would have to do. So my point is, it doesn't matter how many other citizenships you acquire. Nigeria will give you, will just let you go. So you were born in Nigeria. You've not acquired citizenship from Germany. That gives you your dual citizenship, right? Because you're now a citizen of Germany. Germany is not part of the travel ban list, but you're born in Nigeria. Doesn't mean that you can now use your citizenship from Germany as a basis for USCIS to exempt you from that hold, so that you are not subject to the hold. Now, short answer to that is no. And here's where the screen. Let's share our screen and so we can get a better understanding of that. Okay, so let's see. Is that? Let me see. Hold on 1 second, people. I'm trying to see. What is this? This is okay. So that's what I'm looking for. So if you want to see what I'm sharing, you've got to come on YouTube or this is not it. No, that's not it. Okay, y'all, give me 1 second. I am trying to. Let me put it up on the internet. I'm trying to use it for my computer, but I think that's not going to work. So I don't expose all this stuff from another client or from my. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Let's try it one more time. Let's try it one more time. Okay, here we go. I think, yeah, that's it. All right. So, y'all, let me know if you can see my screen that I'm sharing with you. Yes, no, anyone on YouTube or Facebook or Facebook, let me know. We'll get questions at the end of this stuff. It'll be very short. So if you've got questions, put your questions in the comment section. I'll try to go around to answer as many questions as possible. Can someone confirm that you are able to see my screen on? Hello, Miss Eva Proud. How are you? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so here's first things first. The hold, like I talked about, does not mean that your case is not being processed. So if you look at my screen, this is the policy that USCIS released on January 1st, 2026. about the hold and the countries that are applicable. So this proclamation of 10998, that's one that included. So we have the that's the one that added the additional 20 countries, I believe, back in December, making it 39 countries. And so that's what it says here. But this is where I'm going to highlight where I want you to see. So right here where I'm highlighting, it says the hold allows a case to proceed through processing up to final adjudication. So a final adjudication refers to the issuance of a final decision on a case, such as an approval, denial, or dismissal. So basically, what this means is the hold is basically, they're telling you in this policy. So that's why I keep saying that your case is not stalled. It's going to allow a case to proceed through all the processing up until when a decision has to be made. So that decision is what is referred to as the approval, denial, or dismissal. When it gets to the point, the final stage of a final decision, that's where the hold kicks in, and where USCIS is not going to make a decision until they decide. But then again, we know until God decides, because they're all human like we are. Okay, so that's number one. Now, whether or not you being a citizen of another country that is not subject to the hold, is that going to allow you to now use your citizenship of that other country that is not subject to the hold to ask USCIS to proceed with the processing of your case, or the fact that you were born in one of the countries that is subject to the hold, does that make you subject to also subject to the hold, where they will not make a final decision on the case, regardless of you being a citizen of a country that is not subject to the hold? I hope I haven't confused everybody, but an example that I gave is someone who's born in Nigeria, you have a citizenship in Germany. Does the fact that you were born in Nigeria, in spite of your German citizenship, still subject you to USCIS hold? The short answer to that is yes, and here's why. Okay, so let's see. Right here it says, so where it's highlighted number 4, place a hold on all pending benefit applications listed in the presidential proclamation, right? So what does note 4 say? Note 4 is right here. This refers, so when it says this, basically the immigrants that are subject to this hold, this refers to, let me highlight that. Give me 1 second. Okay. This refers to aliens with a nationality, country of birth, or aliens who have acquired citizenship by investment, listed in the presidential proclamation 10998. So if you are your country, you have the your nationality, your country of birth, or acquired citizenship is part of the hold, then you are subject to that. So as an example, a foreign national from a country that is subject to travel restrictions could purchase, citizenship by investment from a secondary country that is not subject to travel restrictions, obtain a passport, yada yada yada, for travel, thus evading the travel restrictions on his or her first country. So basically, they're saying that we already know that you may try to say, well, I have citizenship of another country that is not subject to the hold. And so based on that, that means that since I acquired citizenship by investment, for instance, then I should not be subject to the hold. But that's what USCIS says. Everyone, in spite of your acquisition of another citizenship for another country, if your country of birth and nationality, even though you may not claim that, is part of the travel ban and the hold, then you are subject to that hold, regardless of your other citizenship from a country that is not subject to the hold. So that was one of my consults today. And for this lady's case, she's actually at the stage where it was just a matter of making a decision on her case, and then because everything went well, and then it was okay. Now we are, I think they call us trying coming. But rather than make a decision, January 1st came around, and now she's stuck with this hold. So basically, that's that. So there's no getting around that with the way they have this policy in place. So if you're wondering, okay, yeah, I'm, yes, I was born in this country, but I'm really a citizen of this other country. Why am I subject to it? That's why you may be subject to it. So I hope that helps to clarify things and to also explain what the hold really is, and so that can help you figure out what's so. Is there a date inside for when this hold is going to be over? Uh, by their policy, no, but I know God has an end date in sight. But the thing is, for instance, if you are someone who's filing for a VAWA case or I-751, those already take forever anyway. So you're still going to be waiting. The only thing is, yes, you're not for I-751. You're going to get your extension notice, so that doesn't change anything. But for VAWA petitioners, if you're filing a green card application because you want to get a work authorization, that's going to subject, that's still going to be on hold unless you qualify for an exemption or some national interest or something. So that's all she wrote, people. I hope that helps to explain what is going on and whether or not having a dual citizenship is going to still make you subject to the USCIS pause. And that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote, people. That's all she wrote. All right, let's get to questions. Questions. Responses to your questions are general in nature. General responses, nothing specific to anyone's case. If you need to discuss your specific case, contact our office. We'll be glad to talk to you about this consultation. If you want to meet with Attorney Gosha at our firm, either two of us will be glad to meet with you and discuss your case with you. Okay. Love from Maryland. And please do not repeat your questions. Please just put your question one time. Don't repeat your questions so that we can get through as many as possible. Even God is giving you a new name this month of February. Is a month of new names in Jesus' name. So shall it be. Thank you, Miss. Oh, mercy will speak for everyone. Yes. So Miss O says that mercy will speak for everyone in Jesus' name. So shall it be. When mercy speaks for you, hey, who dares speak against you? Mercy, God's mercy will speak on our behalf this month and beyond and forever. Every month as months go, they get better and they get bigger in prosperity, in divine intervention in the name of Jesus. So shall it be. That is, I love that. Mercy will speak for everyone. What is the rationale about the administration to grant new exemption to immigrant visa pause for adopted children but not biological children, according to I can talk to you about that because I have not read up on that, so I can answer that question. Coming on this live is always encouraging and uplifting. Thank you. Okay, hello, please. Are they still processing a work permit for people from partially banned countries for someone processing the adjustment of status? So that's what we just explained. Everything. So work permits are included in the pause unless it is one of the exempted work permit categories. So one of the exempted categories includes the C8 asylum base if you are filing for the first work permit. Is it advisable for non-immigrants from Nigeria to travel to America at this time on a visiting visa? I appreciate your response. I mean, if you have a visiting visa, there's nothing that says you can travel. I mean, you're going to be authorized. Once you're admitted, you're going to be authorized to, I'm not now, disclaimer, nothing specific to anyone's case. I don't know anything about your history, but this is general information. If you've got a valid visa, you're admitted, most people are given 6 months to stay. As long as you don't overstay it, there shouldn't be any reason why you shouldn't be able to travel. I've heard of cases where people are being turned away at the port of entry. So that's exactly what I said. Having a visitor visa or any kind of visa is not a guarantee of entry. A visa, it allows you to board a plane. That's basically what the visa allows you to do. It allows you to board a plane to get to the doors of the United States. When you get to the doors of the United States, CBP decides if they want to open the door and let you in. If they decide they ain't going to open the door and let you in, then they send you back. So that's a visa doesn't guarantee entry into the United States. I'm in this category, Nigerian British. Can I apply for my N400 application? You can apply, just like I just showed you. The hold doesn't stop for application, but they just would not. If the hold is still in place, they will not place you in line for oath ceremony. So that's exactly the example, the perfect example of what we just talked about. When someone gets a green card through Vawa, is there a time frame to wait before they file for their new spouse? Whether it's through Vawa or regular marriage, you can't file for anyone for the first 5 years unless and until you become a citizen within that 5 year period, or you've had a green card for at least 5 years. Alrighty, so let's go to TikTok. Hey, TikTok family, what's going on, people? What's going on? Yo, it was a long day today, and I have court tomorrow. I have criminal court tomorrow. Yeah. I'm everywhere. What can I tell you? So I need to go to bed on time. I think TJ gave me a call. VAR receipt notice. So what happened to VAR receipt notice? So on that note, as far as VAR receipt notices, if you're one of those who are still waiting on your VAR receipt notice that was filed last year between April and about September-ish, they're taking like 200 years. So, but be patient. We got notices today for cases that we filed June. Okay, one was the first week of July, but actually most of them were actually in June. 3 cases that we filed in June, the receipt notices just came in today. So that's what they were issued last week, what we got in the mail today. So basically, 7 months. So, and if we made a post, if you look at the receipt date, it would show when, and that's the thing for me. I'm not worried. I haven't been worried about any of the cases. And that's because I already said it and I keep saying it. There is no way I'm going to send, and by I mean my staff and I are going to send anything to USCIS that's not going to be through trackable mail and by all means possible where somebody signs for it. No. There's some people you trust and some agencies you trust. And no, that's not one of them. They are going to sign for it. So because we have that confirmation that was delivered, the name of the person who signed for it, my clients get copies of their file. Like all clients, every single client of ours, once we send something out within 48 hours, you get a copy of your file, a link to download a copy of your file, and you get a link to your tracking so you can follow your case. And so when people got tired of like, hey, what's going on, Cecilia, maternity, I refer to what we sent you. And so whenever we're getting this notices, they can see that it was actually received the same day that the tracking says. I ain't going to worry because I know it was sent to them. So if you're in that boat, the only thing that's going to concern you if you didn't send it by trackable mail, but hopefully you did. And if you did, just hold on. We're still getting notices for cases filed 7 months ago. So just hold on. You will get your notices. Okay. What change in policy procedures guidance do you think will ensue once USCIS gets done with their re-review process? I can't speculate to that. So does this USCIS mean they won't issue the green card after arriving to the U.S. on an immigrant visa if you have the dual national travel ban exemption by the Department of State at the? So that's a good question. So, and I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're asking. So for someone who is coming to the U.S. and already has their immigrant visa issued, so way before this ban, and you're traveling in, obviously, you admit you, and they're going to stamp your visa. And that stamp is going to be good for 1 year. That will be proof of your green card and your legal permanent residency status for up to a year. So you're asking, once you come in, does it mean they will not issue you that green card and actually send you the green card once you pay the immigrant visa fee? I couldn't answer that question because I've not had anyone in that situation recently. So I don't know whether or not, because I would assume they will, because that's not a pending application. That's something that's already been concluded. You've already, because like I said, coming in, they have the CBP will stamp your visa, and that'll be evidence of your status. So if you already have the immigrant visa, which basically is the equivalent of the green card, I don't really see any reason why they will not mail the green card to you, because you should be exempt in that situation. Don't quote me on that, but that's what makes sense to me. Now, obviously, talking to USCIS, nothing makes sense with them, but that's what makes sense because that's already been approved. It's not a pending application. Does that help in some way to answer your question? I hope it does. Okay, let's see. Applied for my U visa green card. What fragrance am I wearing today? Y'all need to see my perfume collection. Man, yes, still any problem. I got some money, any therapy. I know. Just leave it alone. Um, Receipt notices just like your visas too were seeing delays. So just hold on. You will get the receipt notices. Okay. Both my birth country and my country of citizenship are on the list. I don't mean to smile or laugh, but hey, listen, if you can't cry, you might as well laugh, right? Hey, Ocean, just hang in there. Just hang in there. Hey, what can I say? I have my 2-year green card in the United States. Can I travel to Nigeria? I can't tell you anything about anything about travel. That's not the question I'm going to answer. Let's see. I am doing well. How are you? If you have a removal order and you have a VAWA biometric coming up, will ICE be there? That's not a question I can answer. An employer who's willing to help you get back in status. Is there anything they can do? If you're not in status, an employer can only file a petition for you unless you qualify for some exemptions like a 245I, where you're grandfathered in or something. But other than straight up you're out of status and employer just sponsor you, the petition will be approved. But whether or not you can get a green card based on that petition, if you're out of status and you've been out of status for more than 180 days employment wise, for the most part, probably not. Okay, receipt notice. I just explained that. Is it advisable for me to file for my same thing I just said earlier? And absolutely go ahead and file. Okay, let's see. Okay, answer that question. So shall we be able? I have a genuine divorce decree from Nigeria, but USCIS says it's fraudulent. What do I do? As long as you know you went through the court, and if you did go through the court, then you should have contact an attorney who can get you your divorce proceedings record, the divorce petition, if you have minutes from the court, things like that. Actually, would the proceedings, because if you file something here, the clerk's office will have things about your petition, the judge's order, final decree, and all that. So if you have, they have that in Nigeria. So contact an attorney and ask them to help you get all those records. Yoruba is sweet. I think my Yoruba is sweet. Very funny. How long does it take to get social and work authorization after application? Right now, it used to be that with USCIS was nice. They'll communicate with the Social Security Administration and send you, they'll automatically send you the Social Security card and all that. I don't remember the last time that happened in the whole of 2025. So you have to go make an appointment and get that. Okay, let's see. Okay. How long do I have to wait for a 4-year green card? What is a 4-year green card? What's a 4-year green card? I may be missing something. I mean, nobody knows everything. I received my EAD receipt notice that it's been approved and been processed, but yet to receive it. So what's your question? Filed Vawa in 2023, received receipt notice. I'm done with fingerprint, but no, I think you mean no work permit yet. So again, I keep seeing, so I had a consultation yesterday. I'm not really sure why this is, and I'm not sure because nobody's above errors, but I still don't understand why this is a continuous error. I had a consult with a woman yesterday, and after the consultation, she had the information she needed, but it made her even more sad, and here's why. She filed her VAWA case in 2024, and she has an attorney who actually filed it for her. Filed a work authorization along with a green card application. And so the work authorization was filed, and that's last year she didn't receive it. Over a year, she said, okay, hey baby boy, hey T. She said, okay, she called the attorney like, hey, what's going on with my work permit? Why haven't I received it? Yada, yada, yada. Call USCIS. They said it's still processing. So they decided to file another one, right? Filed another one. And so she filed in 2024, was about a year. Filed another one, I think April of last year, something. It was still pending. No, January of last year. So it was a year, because it was a year last month. and was still painting. She was like, okay, what's going on? And then she said she stumbled on one of my videos, and she was like, okay, let me schedule an appointment because I think I may get answers. So here's what the issue was with her, and this is the response to your question. When you file a VAWA petition, there are two category work permit work permit categories that you can apply for based on the VAWA case. C9, C31. I've said that I think I've done quite a number of videos, and I don't know why it keeps becoming, and even attorneys make that error. And so when you file a C31 work permit, C9 is attached to an I-485 application, which is the green card application. So you have to file a green card application in order for you to qualify for a C9 or be eligible for a C9 work permit. But a lot of people make the error of filing a C31 work permit, which is attached to a VAWA case, but it can only be approved when the VAWA petition has been approved. A C31 is only approved with an approved I-360 VAWA petition. So if you filed a C31 work permit as of 2023, one day, if that was what you filed, so go and look at your receipt notice and see what category is on your I-765 receipt notice. If it says C31, that's why you haven't received your work permit yet, because they're not going to approve the C31 work permit until your I-360 VAWA petition has been approved. And that was what happened to this lady. So I told her, like, okay, her name is very not coming. So I told her, like, you know what? We have time. Why don't you grab the two notices? Grab your notices. Let's see what's going on. And both notices has C31. And it was an aha moment for her, like, oh my goodness, I've been waiting for 2 years for something that is not going to be approved for God knows how long. And her job just recently said, hey, listen, we have to update the online stuff. We need you to give us proof, because she was using the extension. Now they're not issuing any extension anymore. And so the current extension she has, she's like, okay, this is coming up on getting expires. What am I going to do? So for her case, unfortunately, now she's also from one of the countries that USCIS hold applies is applicable to, right? And so she's been waiting for 2 years, and those 2 years she could have gotten a 5-year work permit, but it was a wrong category, quote unquote wrong category, the right category at the wrong time. And now she's just been waiting for them. Now, even if she files a C9 work permit based on the I-485, it's going to be, just sitting there until USCIS's hold is over. So make sure that you actually file the right category at that time. I'm hopeful that you filed a C9, but look at your your I-765 receipt notice. If it says C31, that's why you don't have your work permit yet. My husband owed IRS more than $20,000. We filed taxes separate, and I need to apply for my citizenship. So what's your question? Okay. All right. I have my green card through VAWA. How long must I wait to file for citizenship? If your abusive spouse was a green card holder, 5 years. If your abusive spouse is a citizen, 3 years. Does a pending case give you immunity with ICE? No. Unless you got deferred action from that case. If a STEM OPT employer lost E-Verify status and the F1 student kept working there, but for less, why did they lose E-Verify status? For less than 180 days, could this cause issues for the student when they are doing, if you, as long as you didn't work unauthorized for more than 180 days, then you're going to be able to claim the INA 245K exemption. If one gets denied an I-485 AOS during the submit after an approved I-140 because of country negative factors, can one apply for AOS or consular processing using the same I-140 in the next submit? If you're still eligible, then you can. But my concern would be if you're maintaining status. So as long as you're, you have your maintaining status, or you don't get out of status for more than 180 days. Okay. All right. Let's go to Instagram. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to see. The boys are fine. Yes. We need all the prayers. Like Weekends, joining from Texas. Thank you for joining. Thank you. You as well as Elsa. Hello, Attorney Henry. How are you? Oh, by the way, Attorney Henry should be joining us on Thursday. We'll keep you updated tomorrow. Let's see. I'm always eager to hear your word of encouragement. It means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Absolutely. Joy is coming. Yes. It is here already. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Yes, the video will be. We usually put it posted on the profile, and sometimes take it off the main grid, but it's still on our profile under the video tab or something. Okay, I did my Vawa fingerprint yesterday. My country is on the ban list. Will I at least get a prima facie and SS and pending work permit? If you don't have the work permit, you can get a social security number. A PFD doesn't give you a social security number, but they should issue you a prima facie determination. Yes. Got a letter from USCIS for asylum interview. The letter came in 30th of January. It shows it was prepared on the 22nd of January and wanted me to appear on the 21st of January. I'm scared. What are my options? So you got a letter after your interview. Contact them ASAP. Contact the asylum office immediately. Let them know that, especially if you have the date that shows that it was an error on their end, they will reschedule you for your interview. But you have to do that as soon as possible, so they do not send you to immigration court. Although the blessing in disguise may be if you're from a banned country, since they're not making any decisions right now. So yeah, we're good now. What happened? Did I miss something? Miss Alexander, did I miss something? Hello, Miss 𝒊𝒎𝒏𝒈. How the more you know people. Okay. Some ground rules: respect each other, no negative comment, language, or insult. Please don't repeat your questions. Or your questions in the comment section. Okay, let's see. Hello, Miss Adena. How are you? How long do you have to wait to get your fiscal green card, which was approved last year, December? I would hope that they would say, and that's the thing, that you're not the first person who's been saying that. That's over. I'm hoping that they're not even pausing. What's it called? Manufacturing the green cards for people who are on the USCIS hold, because that'll be ridiculous. It's pending applications. If your application is pending, then they will make it fine. But a green card, have already approved it, so why would they? Listen, I couldn't tell you. Good evening, Miss Abena. How are you? I was just about to snooze up. Don't snooze up. Thank you for joining us, though. I have a question today, asking for a friend. Okay, what's your question? If you're from one of the 75 countries and currently in the military, will your N-400 still be processed? So the 75 countries is not. Some of the countries on this, some of the countries included, the 75 countries are countries that has to do with immigrant visa freeze by the Department of State. That is not regarded as of today. USCIS has not said anything that is applicable to all 75 countries. But what USCIS hold applies to 39 countries from the travel ban. Some countries on the travel ban are also part of the 75 countries. So it's kind of like your country can be on both lists. However, USCIS's hold is not relating to the 75 countries, is relating to the 39 countries, which some of those 39 countries are also on the 75 country list that has to do with the Department of State. So the what is applicable to your friend is even if they are in the military, but their country is one of the 39 countries on the USCIS hold, then it doesn't matter what their I-400 is still going to be subject to the pause in spite of being in the military. I hope that I know that's long, but I just wanted to clarify that because they're two different things, although some countries are on both lists. Just to encourage someone, I submitted my VA May 13, 2025. I just got my receipt notice January 17, 2026. My fingerprint notice came a week after, and I did my fingerprint yesterday. So y'all, thank you, letting_OK. Y'all hear that? So just be patient. You'll get it. We don't know what it is that's ongoing with this. We've never seen this before, but you get it. Just be patient. So thank you for letting us know. Did you use a lawyer or by yourself? Doesn't really matter. It's about what you submitted. Hey, 𝒊𝒎𝒏𝒕. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. How are you? All right, let's see. Hello, Miss Peggy. What's going on? I can't even. Shout out, Mr. Kelvin. I'm doing well. How about you? Let's see. Okay. Absolutely, Ms. Abena. Oh, yes, because I know it's a whole lot of information going around. It's just, I can understand. Listen, sometimes I have to walk through things in my brain to okay, this is what. So hopefully that helps. God first thing. Okay. How long does it take to get? Okay, sorry. Let me just answer that question. Okay. You always have to have one of those trolls just come in. Just anyway. Okay, let's see. Get them out. Some people just really have a sad life, and you just have to understand that when you're miserable in your life, yeah. So bye. Try to get some joy and peace. It actually is a good thing. Okay. All right, they're gone. That's it. Let's see. If I taxes separately, I need to apply for my citizenship. Will it affect my application? As long as you file taxes separately, I mean, it has nothing to do with your application. That's on him. If you filed taxes, even if you file taxes jointly, as long as he is paying, he's got a payment plan with the IRS and is paying on it and is doing good, whatever the case may be. It's not like he just is owing and he's not doing anything about it. But if you're not filing jointly, and that has nothing to do with your application, they can use his own issues on you. You're the one applying for citizenship. Disclaimer: general information. Okay, so I went to my interview on the 29th of December for my I-130 and I-45. Not heard anything till now. I'm from Nigeria, so you're not going to hear anything till now because you are also on. You're not going to hear anything. You're subject to hold. Okay. My sister already had an interview for F4 visa. Will they give her a visa? What country is she from? If her country is on the immigrant visa freeze, short answer to that is no. Okay. All right, people. I think we got through. Hello, Ghanaian wife. How are you? Y'all, listen. Wherever it is, I brought the winter freeze last weekend. They've gone back to Final Sandy, Maryland, DMV area. Y'all keep your cold. Y'all keep your cold. I was thinking of going to my mom And I texted my sister like, "Hey, what's going on? Can you weather alert? You know that." She's like, "Oh, we're gonna have a snowstorm again, and one of those days is going to be -1 degrees." I'm like, uh, I love my mother, but let me think about whether I love her that much. To me, y'all keep your judgment to yourself, because -1 for what? She goes, "Oh no, we just even went through -7 for what? Kilo the thing on top waiting, killing. Who killed somebody in the cold? -7 for what? Find it, Shandy. What the heck is going on? So y'all just keep your cold. Like y'all can see, I was sleep like short sleep today. It was a bit chilly this morning, but by the time we got to sleep, it was in the 60s. Like, okay, now we're talking. Now we know we're in the south. So y'all just keep it. We don't need it. Just you can hold on to it. Um, just hold on to it. Yeah, I had to. I'm still thinking because yeah, still. Yes, when I use on the list. Okay. Is Cameroon among the 39 countries on hold? Now, do not quote me. I do not believe that Cameroon is on the travel ban. But I think, let's see, hold on. I'll check that for you real quick. I think. I'm trying to get my list. I think I have it here. And I don't think Cameroon is on the USCIS pause, but I believe Cameroon is on the 75 countries that have the immigrant visa freeze. That is different from the USCIS pause. USCIS hold is relating to the countries that are the 39 countries that are subject to the travel ban. So even though Cameroon is on the immigrant visa freeze, that means that if you're trying to get a visa from outside the United States, that is on hold, not to be approved right now until that changes or court orders otherwise. If you are from Cameroon and you are in the country, because it is not on the USCIS pause, it's not subject to the hold because it's not part of the 39 countries, which I do not believe it is. Let me just confirm then you are USCIS is still going to continue processing your case. In fact, I have one of my clients who's from Cameroon. We've got an interview coming up next month, God willing. Knock on wood, it is sweet. I love that couple. I just love them. I love all my clients. So you guys, I love him. I love all my clients, but they're just. So yes, Cameroon is not on the travel ban list, but it's on the immigrant visa list. But the immigrant visa is applicable outside. The easiest way to think about it is immigrant visa, 75 countries outside the United States, 30 USCIS hold within the United States. That's the easiest way to just think about this. But anyway, all right. Always a pleasure, y'all, to talk to you, to come together every. Oh, I've met this person before. Okay. To come together every Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's a new month. It's a new beginning. Each day. So one of my friends said something like, you have to see each day as a new beginning. It's a new start. It's a fresh start. It's a new slate. Let yesterday stay where it is. Today is another. You've been given another chance to take a new shot at it. God says, I have the demon feet for you to see this new dawn. Make the best of it. So let's keep that momentum of, if God gives us a new day, a new beginning, a new dawn, then that means there are going to be new blessings. So as we have started this new month, we are decreeing and declaring that we're going to see, just like Mrs. O said, mercy is going to speak for us this month. Everything may look like everything's at a standstill. What's going on? Where I've been on this immigration journey for years. Why is this happening now and all that? Remember, there is nothing that is happening that God did not know was going to happen. There's nothing that's going to happen tomorrow that God already does not know about. There is absolutely nothing. And he already knows that there's going to be a solution. There's always going to be a solution. There is no one who calls upon the name of the Lord that is going to be put to shame. It's impossible. It's impossible for us to be put to shame. He has never forsaken or forgotten any of his children. So why would he start now? It's just a matter of time. At the appointed time, things will fall into place and work together for our good. It's a new month. Everything will work together for our good. We speak it into the month of February, knowing that God is working on our behalf. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye, everybody.